Uh, 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 oh, Nunu. How are you? I'm very excited, I'm very excited for that Shenmue animation. I really am. I'm gonna watch it. It almost makes me want to replay the game. YouTube's mad I haven't been on lately. It's been 2 weeks. Dark Souls 3 finale was the last time we were here. Let's get a new thing for a dog. Some of them are just like scary looking. Almudron's like a classic. No, it's not a crit lit meta. It is a Rampage Hellfire meta. Why not? Watch Hunter x Hunter? Why do that? Isn't it like 100 episodes before it gets to anything? Hello, Optimum Streamer. I swear to God, I'm leaving this country. I haven't even played the third game. It got some pretty bad reviews. What's forbidden is this charm that I got, which I actually made a set for. Let's do another Tigrex. I had a lot of fun fighting Tigrex. Just like bullied him at the end of that stream. Cat dual blades with Hellfire works too. Yeah. Maybe even a Basil at some point. Rampage stream? I don't want to disrespect the YouTube viewers to the point where I subject everyone to 3 hours of mining and rampages. See, John, hello. Like, I could do SOS. SOSs I'm okay with. But, like, I'm going to be heading on the treadmill after this, and I could do my mining. I can do my rampage then. Is this enough affinity for crit element? Yeah. Really what Noxella should do is just tell me what episode this compound interest guy is even in, and I'll just like watch that episode. I could die here. Well, this is going great. Forbidden Knowledge is just me dying literally immediately. Just immediately R1ing, essentially R1ing into Tigrex. You enjoyed the Monster Hunter Portable 3rd playthrough? I'm glad you liked it. I'll tell you what, Noxella, I will watch all of Hunter x Hunter when a new volume is released. That should be any time now, right? Don't like most animes and manga get like a new volume like every 3 or 4 months? That should be like any time now. You stopped reckless advancing? Just like never stop. You know, if I were a betting man, I really would have thought that would have done it. Huh. You know, my little Hellfire technique isn't working well at all. YouTube can get cursed Noodle. No. Noodle next stream is absolutely premium Twitch content. But is better controller, mouse, or keyboard? Controller is better. Although I'm not gonna like dislike you if you want to use keyboard and mouse. It's kind of a personal preference. Is this a full Hellfire set? This is Hellfire 4, yeah? No, I'm gonna, after the stream, I'm gonna go on the treadmill and I'm gonna do some farming. Maybe even do a couple rampages. How am I dying so much? Man, I'm glad this isn't on Twitch. Thursday we'll have Neo 1 content. Today's Monday. The plan is tomorrow is Jono's stream. We'll do some rampages. Here's the issue. I'm not using my fish. Well, I mean, certainly with how I've been playing, Fortify should absolutely be part of the tech team. Do you think Jono's HR 100? I think so. What do you think? I'm going for it. This is why I die. Oh, he's running anyways. No, we're not gonna triple card. Congrats on the water longsword. I mean, I'm just happy that it's like at least usable. Is it actually a significant improvement? Debatable. You know what I mean? Rampages, but they seem so gross. They're fine with other people. If you're solo, it's miserable. See, he's already ready for capture. Just speedrunning the carts. So it's not a bug. It's like when the monsters decide to leave areas, they decided that you can't catch a ride. That's the trick. Which is fine. Because it's a lot of extra damage if you're allowed to just zero sum along the way. We'll do an SOS with this exact same set. I like that idea. Should be able to catch a ride? There's not many other weapons that are really able to do quite as well like that. I mean, you're kind of right. It's not, there's no good reason not to let you catch a ride other than an arbitrary balancing thing. Well, there was an issue though, like in World, like you were able to deal so much damage by catching rides or like flinch shotting them as they're like going away and like they don't even like respond to you. Why do I dislike Spiral Thrust? Because from what I've seen of it, it ends up being like another one of those use on cooldown moves. And I'm just not a fan of Wirebug moves that feel like use on cooldown. Like, Impact Crater, there's no way around it. You gotta use it. But you can still do pretty good damage and have a good time without that. Looking high definition date, we are streaming at 1440p. The game's only in 1080p, but I'm at 1080p as well in a small cube. Project Zomboid for variety streams. I don't know. There's a lot of games I'd love to play for variety streams. I just don't know if Project Zomboid is going to be it. I've watched some streams though. I mean, it looks like an okay game. This is going to be a really busy year. We've got Elden Ring and we've got Strangers of Paradise. That is paid DLC armor. That is all paid DLC armor. I don't notice that. Small cube? I mean, my little... whatever my native resolution for my camera is. It's not that Spiral Thrust is too much of a requirement, but, like, if you're going to run Spiral Thrust the way that you do, like, don't you kind of need to run, like, a little bit of guard, and you probably want to run, like, Wirebug Whisperer 3. And even then, like, you got to start doing, like, triangulations for flipping what angle you have to be at. I don't know. This is a weird quest to get put in. Can you even meld high-rank Hulu materials? $69 viewers? Nice. I was really hoping I would break that. Somebody just shot a little thing on me. That was nice of them. Lowest is Rathy and Pukey. At least you can meld something from Pukey. It's a shame that, like, Hulu gives us nothing. Yeah, so your elemental discharge becomes zero-sum discharge when you're in an awakened state. That's like the official terminology for it. You have to buff the motion value of Lance? I don't think that's true. One of my favorite Lance speedrunners, Harukin, is one of the best Lance speedrunners in the world, and he doesn't use Spiral Thrust. So it's definitely, like, not so foregone. They bought the same layered DLC for their dogs. Like, when I select random, I always think I'm going to get a really cool quest, but a lot of times it just ends up being, like, kill a Kulu or kill 20 small monsters. I guess we can try and do, like, randoms all mother. I mean, there are a lot of moves that are, like, really great damage, but the only reason we get away with spamming them right now is because, you know, for the most part, we're fighting monsters that aren't going to one-shot you. Once you start, like, running into monsters that have, like, one-shot combos, like, spamming stuff like Spiral Thrust becomes, like, a lot less viable. Who else says this is for 20 small monsters? I did that once. Oh, Chaos. Re-upping. Thank you. How about I use Egg Element? Helmbreaker's nerfed in Rise compared to World? The damage seems so good, though. It did that by itself? How convenient. Nice. I mean, some people get mad because there's this theory online that it's always better to kill, but, like, I don't know. I don't want to waste that time. Let's see if we can find an All-Mother. You new to Rise, there's no tenderizing? Technically, no, but there is a bug or endemic life you can find that inflicts water blight, and that's, like, nearly equivalent to tenderizing. I mean, if they get mad, I mean, what am I going to say? Like, hey, I wanted you to not capture that. Did you read that tweet a long time ago? People saying that Helmbreaker was nerfed. It was because people were not spamming the attack button or something. As in, like, people were doing Helmbreaker without the Helmbreaker. What? Why am I on YouTube? This is my moonlighting. This is my for fun streams. They'll post Reddit threads about me. I couldn't be happier to have positive or negative notoriety on YouTube, on Reddit. Give it to me. This sucks. Do you think anyone else will know to shoot the rocks? Do you think, like, I'm gonna be able to do it? I see people shooting the monster. Some people figure it out. What if this will KO? There we go. Zermak, hello. How strong is Egg with blue sharpness? You give up a lot. You give up a significant amount to get up to blue sharpness. But the idea is that if you've already done the opportunity cost to get the green, you may as well get the blue. Oh, oops. I look handsome? I did just exercise. Bench, barbell rows, and what the hell was it? Dumbbell lateral raises. All gutters in one chef. I hate it, man. I feel like you could see my aura? Thank you. You would 100% need protective polish on this setup, yeah. You need Handicraft 5 and protective polish, probably at least 2 to make it worthwhile. What is that 2-tap to swing combo? Like the really, really big one, or this? That's just an R-tap while you're in power stance. The gunners were shooting at Ibushi. Take that, Ibushi! It's okay, I whiffed my impact crater, so not much better. Or unless you mean that. That's just a moving, like, super clone. I don't know what its exact name is called, but I'd probably find out in the training hall. I like that she gets that move. Like, she learns that from Ibushi. How many hits does it take to apply Egg Blight? Depends on the monster. I did notice that when you charge your hammer and then you attack on the ground, you do get something. You get your charge move. Like, I remember coming out of the air and immediately doing an upswing. That was kind of neat. Think we'll get another one? We got 3 gunners, right? Going for the water strike. I mean, egg isn't terrible. It's just like, it's not amazing. It desperately needs a fighter cat to give it anything even remotely resembling positive affinity. You applied for a customer service job through Sterling and they're asking for a background check. Do you think it's safe? It was on their job listings? Most places do background checks nowadays. Do they want you to pay for it? Or are they're just gonna do it? As long as they're paying for it and asking you to pay for it. I mean, what a background check usually involves is somebody calling the references and being like, hey, did this person ever commit violence at the workplace? Did they ever do anything that was a major, did they commit a crime? It's $24? That is mildly sus, but, Sterling's like a manufacturer, right? I mean, seems like I said, a little sus. But I can't say for certain that it's a scam or not. It seems strange to me that an employer would want you to pay them to do the background check. I mean, that should be something that they should do no problem. Roland? Oh, he was probably, like, afraid of the ballistas. The fact that they want a background check isn't strange. The fact that they're only asking for $24 makes it seem not like an Omega scam. But I can't say for certain, of course. But that's a little bit of a warning sign to me of, like, they're the employer, they're hiring you. They're ready to hire you, but they don't want to, like, front the cost of the background check. That's strange. Roland, no! Roland, please. I mean, this weapon is a little bit like the opposite of a high ninja sword. You think Roland's sweating? $700 red with Raj red. You know, I'd love to see a weapon that was balanced around being in red sharpness. It would need so much raw. But honestly, with this game, with a Bludgeoner and Mind's Eye, it would actually probably be really good. Roland's just like standing there. Roland only died twice. I can't really hold it against him. Ancient weapons back? It's kind of strange that they're not here, huh? It's my fault for not using powders? There's only so much I could do. I sometimes put wide range on my hunting horns. I'm not doing it this time, though. I'm going to give them earplugs and defense up. There's no more All-Mothers. No, Roland only did it twice. Let's not give Roland a hard time. I mean, they could still be learning the game. But it is disturbing to see so many gunners online. Roland is easy to hunt solo, you become toxic, but don't you run, like, hunting horn most of the time? Nah, you can still see, better Twitch TV emotes, Kim. You just gotta, like, enable better Twitch TV. Is this the version? I mean, there is no... I do not have a single Narga weapon made. That's Apple Bud? Interesting. Sub 300 defense? That's pretty low. You made a wide range hunting guard build inspired from the TL1? TL1 fits pretty well. You guys have any strong feelings about offensively using, like, that little bug song for damage? It's pretty sad, right? Beast Sponge. Roland's back! Dude, he's just doing all of the SOSs, isn't he? Well, I'm on PC. There's not going to be a lot of Switch streams in the future. mean, final phase All Mother is pretty scary. I promise you Roland is not sniping. He's just constantly spamming All Mother SOS. Wow, lucky there. I think Roland's trying to make? I don't know. I would hope that he's not spamming All Mother to actually make like a normal weapon, because few feel really like worth it. But I think there are some weapons that need like All Mother spheres to make that are not Narwa. Oh, I mean, this part of the fight is actually not even that bad. I'm not going to say it's easy. I don't think any Mitsu weapons do, because those usually just need the Mitsu orbs, but Rajang stuff might. Yeah, third phase All Mothers is spooky, for sure. Without question. Their gear is garbage. Some of the Ibushi weapons are actually really nice. Some of the Narwhal weapons are usable. It's a big roar. Dude, it makes me upset when earplugs doesn't like block stuff. Like, why did I bother? Optimistic. Do you know what that guard 5 doesn't fully block? Dude, I don't run guard at all. Outside of like gun lance, and that's more by accident than anything else. How about Cinema Donuts? That sounds like a code name for like a weird sex act. Is that a code name for like a weird sex act? The answer is yes, of course. I went to college once. Go to college without eating a cinema donut, then did you really go? Oh, you mean cinnamon donuts? Oh, I mean, yes, of course I've had cinnamon donuts before. Yeah, what did you think I meant? Can you away without guard when you're doing guard point on charge blade count of lance? For Charge Blade, most things that you'd want to, like, guard point, you need, like, guard 3 anyways, which just doesn't feel worth it. Really, dude? Knock it off. What is that combo you're doing? Could have gotten a big bang out there. Create a soggy Leviathan? Yeah, why do you think I make all those anti-aquatic stuff? Never again. One of my favorite donut adjacent things is apple muffins. Those things are excellent. The cinnamon little apple. So earplugs is useless. Somebody's now running wide range. Here it begins. Dude, Roland must be getting, like, pissed. May as well be playing Element Up. Element Up does something. It adds damage. Roland could be high as hell right. Dude, I could be super high right now. Couldn't use the Devil's Lettuce if I tried? Like, what do you think would happen? There's not thousands of people watching. I mean, I don't know, maybe... You never know. Sometimes these videos hit the algorithm. Even if that were the case, people aren't going to watch 45 minutes in to see Roland. I turn into Palomu? You know, that's like a very specific insult, and I don't really appreciate it. What horn is this? This is the Diablo's hunting horn. It's actually really good. We're up to 370 raw. At blue sharpness. That's pretty gross. I don't know if Thrustmaster will ever do like a split grip, but if they did, I'd be the first in line to buy it. Like, they wouldn't even have to sponsor me. Go get him, Roland. Late, buddy. I'm just the sidekick to Roland? Is this like another Kyle arc? I don't feel like we got the damage to do. How do you die to that? I didn't take up any carts. None of that was on me. I didn't bring up how... It wouldn't help if you're, like, wirefall recovering into, like, Dragonators over and over again. I just want to clear one All-Mother. That's it. I thought my dog was a person. And I was freaking out. I'm like, I don't have an open lobby. Who's here? Stay away from me. Bring out the Cope Longsword? What is my most Cope Longsword? Violet Longsword's actually pretty good. I'm not high. I'm not high. I promise you I'm not high. It's the order I put equipment sets into? I'm just like, I don't have a specific order, but each page is for a weapon and then an element. I might be sandbagging a little bit for rolling. Deluxe Sword? I'm gonna need every bit of damage I can get. Can I partake in the Jazz Cabbage? This is a PG-13 stream, okay? I would never advocate drugs or alcohol. I'm not trolling. Like, I'm trying to clear the quest. Like, I'm not memeing at all. Don't you do it. At least. I mean, hold on. I wouldn't call marijuana a hard drug. I think alcohol is a scarier drug than marijuana, but... Dude, I brought Hunting Horn. I had defense up. That's like bringing, like, constant. Yeah, maybe you can't do that. Well, technically that does work. It also doesn't work. It doesn't actually matter what I hit. I'm not Rolanding this time. I mean, alcohol is like, guess I'll slowly poison my body to feel like crap the next day. Time to fire me? Go ahead. I must be getting confused here, because there's a move he does that looks just like that move, but is not that move. You don't feel like crap the next day if you don't drink too much? Okay, yeah. I mean, if you have a glass of wine at dinner, you'll be okay. Beef the Sun God? What is that name? It's a good name. Based YouTube stream? Come on. I mean, no matter what you do, I mean, it could always mess you up the next day or whatever. Miss Roland already? Well, fortunately for you, there are 2 heavy bowgun users here, so could be a repeat. Oh, his tail stays here when you cut it. But does everyone shoot a Bushi? Teach him a lesson? Oh, me and Beef got messed up. Just try not to cramp your style, Beef. What does the stream title even mean? It brought you in here, right? Beef died because of me? I did nothing to cause Beef to die. I even let him keep the platform. Oh, shoot. You were jebaited? You know who else is jebaited? Jabali, the official Monster Hunter Capcom content creator. He's part of that program just like I am. Oh! No! Didn't die. Nothing matters. Have I told my fraud stamped him yet? I'm not gonna like go up in the middle of the Discord and be like, hey, remember that one time you kicked everyone's ass? Pretty sure you kicked my ass. He'd just be like, haha, yeah, I totally did. Not everyone's ass, just mine? Well, if you fought him, you would have gotten your ass kicked too. That's not speculation, that's just like guaranteed. A baby game? Are there no Aura Turtles in Monster Hunter Frontier? I think an Aura Turtle is better than, like, Temporal. You not like me? Like, I remember that Street Fighter match we had in San Francisco. Noxel, you talk a tough game. You would hire a plant to beat me on stream with Dalsim. I think I don't. Where's the last guy? What are they doing? What about dive kick? I've not beaten Noxel. I've never challenged Noxel in. I did not traumatize a little kid. I mean, no. Beef! Oh my god. There's always like one person. Is this what it's always like in SOS? I don't really do SOS that often. Honest to God, I don't know how to dodge those. Good. See, I just helped him. I just did. Oh, no. You can hug Walt. Why? You can go in and attack. Wall hugging is like a bad strategy to get used to, though. Like, you don't want to get used to that. You want to go in and get the damage. It's not hard. No, longsword's still broken. I'm not throwing for the memes. It's seriously so close right now. stowing for Roland. It was getting a little spicy towards the end there, but we made it. I'll never get an orb. I wish the Naro weapons were like really top tier. I don't know why they were so afraid of making them strong. Pick up heavy bowgun with no shield and show us how it's done. On Narwhal? I don't know about that. I don't really want to do that. Did I really beat it if I didn't beat it with Roland? I mean, I don't know if there's a way to beat it with Roland. Can you still get hit by longsword users? If you got your shield out with longsword and you get hit by a Helmbreaker, you just lose all of your stamina. Do you think Roland did it? Maybe he gave up. Oh yeah, low resolution Monster Hunter, even when it's designed as high res, does look like a 3DS game. It's about time. That makes me really happy. I don't even know what I want to make though. Is this the micro streamer? Yep. It's the micro one. The smallest streamer you've never heard of. I don't even know what to make, though. Could the Charge Blade be good? That's kind of a dumb question, but, like, maybe it's good. Congrats on the orb. Thank you. We might make a weapon and then use it. Feeling very micro-influenced? I have that effect on people. Sword and Shield? I don't know about that. Is Valstrak's Longsword worth it? Does it have 180 raw? This actually gets to white pretty easily. Anti-aerial would fit on it pretty well. 190, 38 versus what? Oh. Zinogre's just like... Zinogre's just that good. Why is it so good? 20 more raw and a level 2. And then if you had a second one, you would probably just run Thunder Boost, which would get it up to 32 anyways. I think Zinogre just wins. That's 2, yeah, to get white. If I told you we translated titles in Frontier and one of them is Micro, how'd they make me feel? Good. Is Narwa Dual Blades good? Well, it's not Kezu. So, 31 Thunder. No. They're not good. No. Sorry. It's unfortunate. So now I want Insect Glaive good. I don't really want to play Insect Glaive. It's the Lance good. Sometimes, I mean, I think you need those orbs for, like, the Ibushi upgrades, and like I think that's like really kind of like the way to go. Just like so much of the Zinogre stuff just seems like it'd be so much powerful. You ever run out of major consumables? Not really. I've got like my cats like kind of working overtime on the regular. Weird nipple. Excuse me? So many people using the Ibushi Greatsword? It's not bad. I mean, there's a lot of bad greatswords out there. Like a lot of really bad ones. So the fact that you get 210 raw, you don't have to worry about sharpness like literally ever, kind of does it a bit of a favor. Like, honestly, the anti-aerial on it makes the blue almost as good as white on favorable matchups. And then you never have to worry about running out of white. Like, I would use it against Tigrex, probably. And that would be fine. It looks pretty neat, too. We'll make it. Why not? Looks pretty good. A good looking weapon. Well, we got a lot of greatswords going on in here, huh? How do we want to do this? Use my hacker talisman. This is what I've been running ever since I started, like, min-maxing it out. Something like this. 3, 5, 6. Well, I gotta switch this to Hunter. You don't need much else. Sword and Shield in this game is easy mode? I mean, you still gotta time stuff. It's not that easy. But it is easy to make it powerful. I mean, I'll agree with that. Do you even need Grinder? I don't think so. Steadfast? Not a lot of room for anything else. Okay, Amy, hello. Matches the raw of that. A little bit less affinity. I mean, the raw chain greatsword ends up being kind of okay, but you do have to, like, fuss around with the sharpness on it. Forever Okami, hello. I don't know why I'm so fixated on Tigrex. What kind of talisman? It's a pretty good talisman. We got it yesterday. Crit I3 with a level 2. It's not a god talisman, but it's probably on like the upper echelons of what most normal people will find throughout playing the game. And I have used it with some weird Hellfire sets, and it works out pretty well. It's pretty good, yeah. Anytime you can get a talisman and it gives you like 4 points and decent skills, that's pretty up there. And in my case, it's got 4 points of like offensive skills, which is like really good. I've got protective polish, which I would argue is an offensive skill. With it's 2 points protective polish, 1 point of aid extender. Crit I3 no slot? Crit I3 no slot isn't amazing, but it's definitely usable. Nice hit. This is a little spooky. That was the right choice. One in a billion charms on 4 bull players? I mean, I don't know what else anyone thought would happen. Modded for sure, but still possible? I don't know about that. 1 in 360 billion? I mean, you could play the lottery every single day of your life, buying 10 tickets at a time, and you would still not get that. So you don't watch them anymore? I mean, I think if you had like, if you were going to do that, if you mixed up your content so that sometimes you had hack charms and then sometimes you didn't, like if you just did like an exhibition periodically, but like if like all of your content is you using maxed out hack stuff, like that's kind of lame. Because it introduces the thought of like, well, did you do that because you're good at the game, or did you just do that because like you hacked the game? Oh, what's up, bud? Shouldn't you just make a separate run channel? I don't know. Most content creators aren't going to be large enough that they could justify making a completely separate channel for hack stuff. I don't know. I mean, most of the Japanese runners I find don't appear to be running hack charms anyways. I usually enjoy their runs more anyways, so. I don't know if that's part of it or not, but... Wow. It feels like this was pretty fast. That's... Nice! The West cheats and still gets beat? That's not true. I have competed against RTA runners and won sometimes. Nefudis. But then again, NA champs, so what are you gonna do? Also, RTA is obviously not that huge of a category, so. I have. Oh, I never beat Moss in final Charge Blade RTA, but I beat his Switch Axe run. I beat Andy Bale, and I beat QA. pretty good. Literally fourth in the world. I know it's hard to believe, but it is true. It is possible that Hong Kong had mental boom. So they were pretty tired. Allegedly. I beat a secondary weapon. He did like one run with it. You beat people after they stop running? No, Moss has never stopped running. Moss continues to run. You know, you're better than most Western TA runners because they don't know the game outside of resetting runs over and over. Dude, that's what I always say. I say RTA will make you a better player than TA. Even if you're fighting like dumpy low tier monsters, like you're not resetting over and over again every time you get hit. No, I didn't mean he stopped running switch axe. I mean, he ran like one time. Like, I think he was just like, hey, I'll run switch axe one day. He ran it, got an amazing time, and never touched it again. And meanwhile, I'm like, doing the best I can to like get past it, and I finally did. And then the game updated, and then we can never do it again. So, irrelevant. What's it like fighting Apex Rathian like this? I don't think I've fought her with like Fate Sword. Real-time attack is what RTA stands for. And it's the, it's the shorthand for basically like an any percent or something like that. You know, something done in real time, not segmented, not a single level, the full game. I think she lands after that. Probably shouldn't stand in the poison. Acronyms suck? I don't know. I kind of like RTA. Like the big speedrunning tournament in Japan is called RTA in Japan. Feeling close to a topple. Save me, fish! It honestly kind of is. That's an all-mother narwhal percent. I don't think you're going to find many people, myself included, that are going to want to spend the time to route and grind up through it. There's very few people who are going to have the endurance and wherewithal to want to make that a run. I mean, it's not only just the narwhal percent, which is going to be like 6 or 7 hours, and you got to grind up like 50 HR. And you're talking about something that's going to be like bordering on 20 hours, potentially. The lack of like a bathroom and a food break is actually incredibly brutal. Like no joke, like it's what makes wanting to run the hub percent so hard, because like you're 6.5 hours, like no breaks really at all. There might be categories that allow you to run breaks, but I don't know. Let's just say I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be getting any favors given to me by the speedrun.com moderators. So. I don't think they like me much, so if I asked if I could have a break, I don't know if they'd allow it. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I mean, a stadium buddy would actually be kind of nice to try and run that category, like you actually peeing yourself. Well, if you count the end of 1.0, the end of the game, there are runs that go up to that. That was the worst possible outcome. Does one of you want to come over here and be my little bottle boy? Would you have an assistant so you can go eat and then they continue playing? I mean, that's absolutely a category, but that would be like 2 players. Super Apex Mitsu? Many times. It's probably one of my favorite fights, actually. Worth? Is there a good Wyvern Heart heavy bowgun yet? What ammo type do you want to use? Literally not worth. I got like a 200 damage on the legs. That was awful. I actually did ask what dogs are great, and the official statement is it's not something they're really gonna spend any time looking into anymore. I knew that would happen. Okay, it's good enough. Don't worry, we're not gonna triple. They just said, like, we're not going to spend the resources looking into it. They never cared? I mean, they cared as much as, like, when there was attention on it. You know, the original video, like, you can't even view it anymore. It's been privated or deleted. So. You know, in terms of other people going in and doing their own independent analysis, I mean, that's pretty much gone. Did I lose or did I win? I don't know. Depends who you ask. I mean, it certainly wasn't a full victory. I have as many people that are like, wow, that screws up, cheating's bad, as I have people that are like, oh, wow. Cope mauled, living rent-free, you know? I mean, I'm the only one that didn't, like, delete their channel and end up turning into a human corn cob at the end. Although I might after this Rathian hunt. You know, I've yet to have anyone show me human inputs getting that frame time, so. No, the response was that runner in particular is unable was physically incapable of reproducing the trick when asked. Because they were stressed out because they were being harassed by my fans, which I don't know who they were being harassed by, but I don't think so. I mean, I've got, you know, content to make a third video. I'm just not sure that I want to stir crap up any more than I already have. You know, the original runner, for sure, is tweaked out about the attention. They don't want the attention. They have a lot of toxicity in the way they talk to people, but it's very clear that they get, like, incredibly stressed out. So, like, I don't want to do that to them. I'm not a drama streamer. I'm a micro streamer. No, I mean, I know cheaters, well, I mean, they kind of did, though. I mean, they posted a paste bin that said, like, verbatim, if you think I cheated, I cheated. I mean, literally verbatim, they said, like, if you think I cheated, I cheated. Like, I think you cheated, so you cheated. Only harassment being done was ampersand? Asterisk ampersand? I mean, giving me death threats, yeah, but not to the person in question. Time to let Carl Jobstat it? I mean, I don't know what he would do. Again, the original video isn't available. I'm sure he would find some interesting stuff there. I don't know if the usage of Turbo on its own is interesting for him. Miss Bean, is you watching my runs or Kanta's runs? Kanta's runs are very good. Kanta is somebody who definitely has a very good knowledge of the game. I'll take a ruby. I like really, 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 really do not need any more Mitsu orbs, but I'll do an Apex Mitsu anyways. It's like a lot of fun little skills, but I don't think I would ever use it. Show mod fault. There's like nothing here is even any good. Nothing. All right, it's time. I think is it time to do the rebirth? Oh yeah, definitely time for some at least a little bit of rebirth. I would love to have like a filter for this. You like to imagine 30 years down the line, someone will make a video about my drama and interview me? 30 years from now? Bro, do you have any idea how old I'd be? 57. How do I mentally keep track of all the skills you have talismans for? Because I make sets with them, and I know about them. They're like my children. I mean, people are welcome to interview me now. Like, I'll go on any weird podcast that you have. I've been on many podcasts. Large and, well, yeah, large and small. I don't care. I'll take an hour out of my week, 2 hours out of my week. I'm not easy to handle though. Like I'm not, like I will take over your show. I will easily take over if you let me. So you got to be a little aware of that. But I mean, I'll show up. I gotta get in the Joe Rogan cast? I don't think Joe Rogan would ever have me. I don't really know how I feel about Joe Rogan. I'm not in a high positive viewpoint of him. But I mean, hey, it would be attention. Oh, so what do? You speedrun games competitively? Jamie, you ever hear this before? Jamie, pull it up. No, not that. The when he's doing the gape. Nah, not that gape, Jamie. The bigger gape. Yeah, that one. Wow, that's a big gape. How big you think an ape could gape? How do I feel about Joe Rogan's nipples? I don't think about them. You ever think about doing DMT while you speedrun? I don't have any issue with his drug use necessarily. I mean, that's whatever. It's his choice, I guess. You found me because of the Third Fleet podcast with Rurikon and Gaijin Hunter? That was a good podcast. I like Gaijin Hunter. I like Rurikon too. Positive influences in the Monster Hunter community. Gotta love them. Yeah, take them when you can get them. Is that good enough? What do they call Jamie? Gapes? It's this right here. Do you think Ichinose ever lays awake at night, having played the game casually, presumably a little bit in his off time, and is like, wow, why did I do the... Why did I make this? How did this go so wrong? If you edit in your Switch charms, you don't have to do this? No, because, like, I already got a charm basically better than what I use on the Switch anyways. So now I still have to get better charms than that one. I think I've got some good rapid morph ones. That's pretty much it, though. I could actually run one less. I mean, there are runs you can do that'll get you like a ton of points. I've never had to do that. What are these forbidden techniques? It's called Fortify, actually. I could drop a Tenderize for Fortify. Let's do that. Do you think we'll get more ways to get talismans in Sunbreak? If we don't have other ways to do that, I will attempt to eat my own ass on stream. If there's not like another way other than melding. Because it's just like so messed up. As much as we complain, I promise you on 2chan, people are tweaking out. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't an emergency patch. The only reason there wasn't an emergency patch is probably because, like, they're so focused on the next game that, like, they don't want to give us another way to do it. Whole reveal. It's totally going to get updated. So this is Super Mitsu. Super Mitsu's okay. But I get the sense when I'm fighting the super monsters that they weren't necessarily designed to be fought in the method that they're out on their own. Like, I really think there was a person somewhere at Capcom that was like, people are going to love fighting these rampages and they're just going to keep doing them all day long. Like, I really think that. Because the moveset is just like, just a little bit not as sophisticated as you would expect. Grandpa got put in hospice? I'm sorry to hear that. Did I miss anything with the channel or other drama I started on Twitter? I do not start drama on Twitter, okay? I address drama on Twitter. And I'm not like a drama streamer. Bubbles are getting hard to avoid. Hit my Twitter's really honestly for selling out. It really is. That's what it's there for. So don't get on me about anything else. I just get in trouble when I go on Twitter. Going pretty well, no carts yet. Hard to complain about that. Nice little hop out of the way. I'm gonna do it. I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. It was alright. We got the axe hit. That was close. Sometimes you can clip the tail there. Not that time, but sometimes. Oh, right, that's the double. Oops. Find your weapon, use a hammer, but a bug part in my life likes the wire bugs? What? Sword and Shield uses wire bugs a lot. And is kind of like a hammer now. Hunting Horn too. I don't know if I understood your question or not. No, not really real. I mean, I don't know. I answered the question you typed in. I don't know if I answered the question you had in your brain. Have to be careful here. Not liking wirebug spam. Well, hammer is definitely pretty bad for the wirebug spam. Hunting Horn, you can feel like you're doing decent damage without using wirebugs. Like, Earthshaker is obviously really good, but there are Hunting Horn setups that don't use it. That was so close. I would have died. If we didn't get that flinch there. Probably would have died. I should really be sharpening. So we've got white sharpness on this. I'm just like not using it. Reasonable fight so far. I mean, could be better, but this is yeah, this is emergency Mitsu. Normal Mitsu is in the Frost Islands. Super Mitsu's in the ruins. If you see me playing like super cautiously, and also the thing just not dying, that's why. Shoot. Oh, really bad. Oh, really bad. Yeah, no, Jono and I have yet to clear this one. Had I not die? I have no idea. There we go. Ever notice the mountains here in the zone look like a few look like Palamuds? I have noticed that before. Yeah, they've got like ears. Like that one right there. That's clearly a dog. Fortify activated. I think even with max Fortify and defense, though, I think that body slam always kills. I think a couple of the supers have moves that are like that. Just bad again. Do I have a favorite weapon? I play almost all the melee weapons. Charge Blade is high up there. I guess the attack goes out a little bit further than it looks. I could have evaded one more time and tried to stay away from it. We're going to be doing some numbers now, though. Did you ever watch Scissor 7? No. I might cancel my Netflix subscription. I just got an HBO subscription. Netflix does not have a lot that really interests me. Not right now, at least. Woohoo! All right. No! That Nobody movie with Bob Odenkirk is outstanding, by the way. If people like action movies somewhat in the theme of John Wick. That stuff's great. Made by the same people who made John Wick. At least I think it's got some of the same fight choreographers. Netflix does have Cowboy Bebop. You're right. Oh, screw you. Well, it's a Super Mitsu. It's like if there were Super ATs. We're about to get a Pity Almudron. I'll take Pity. Really? Well, I know I need people spoiling stuff in the movie. What can I do here? Will that work? That'll work. That'll be your first warning. First and last warning. You know how we feel about listeners in this channel. Just because it's YouTube, that doesn't change. Monsters are friends when you walk in. They'll, like, growl at each other. Will I update my dual blade guide for 3.0? I guess I probably should. Some of the stuff is still accurate. A free super chat that does nothing? It puts you up at the top of the chat. 51 months is a long time. That is a considerable amount. That's for his channel membership. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. We'll have to see the updated version. I can kind of show you what I'm using now. You'll find that a lot of it is like shockingly similar. I'm trying to think what even got really, like, majorly usurped. Gelid's Soul is still, like, my preference for ice. Zinogre still my preference for Thunder. I haven't really done the math on Fire Dual Blades on Actisom versus Rathalos. If you got God Charm, I could see Rathalos coming out ahead. And then Water is Mitsu. That's probably the one that got changed the most, because before it was kind of leaning towards Almudron. But Mitsu's just like so good. YouTube still existing in 4 years? It is way more likely that YouTube will exist in 4 years than Twitch. Are you kidding me? Twitch is like gonna shutter and then massively shard itself in 4 years. At least that's what I'm afraid of. Do dual blades make my inner elemental coping feel better? A little bit. But then, like, piercing bind is still a thing. Would Kushala be a good choice for ice dual blades? It's got some very low raw. Like, really low raw. If you don't use piercing bind much at all, maybe? If you use piercing bind at all, though, I don't know. Twitch is too big to fail at this point. If it became a liability, Amazon would cut it off, like, immediately. It would probably, like, never go away for good. But I could see Amazon, like, divesting themselves of it, for sure. I mean, we could do the math. Like, we could do the math, like, right now. Kushala if we really wanted. A lot of goddamn bots on YouTube. Sometimes I see live streams of like those little music stations on YouTube, and it's just like the bots are all just like talking to each other, and like I don't even know what they're saying. No need to bother? Don't get me wrong, but I don't trust anyone's testing other than my own testing. I mean, the music streams are still just a live stream at the end of the day. Show us the forbidden technique. After this hunt, I will make Kushala dual blades. TL Kush dual blades? The only times I could see that really being helpful would be on, like, Faustrax, maybe? Even then, for pure blast, like, you want Magnum Molo anyways. You only tested them on the head? You shouldn't test anything on the head because it will weigh towards raw significantly. Isn't YouTube a bad investment when it comes to money? There's definitely value on money with Twitch, and YouTube just cut it off completely. I'm not saying I'm cutting anything off. I'm just saying that as a internet streaming service, Twitch always seems to be one step behind in terms of like legal protections. And Amazon as a company doesn't strike me as the sort of company that is okay with having like liabilities that could cost them lawsuits. Like this huge mass of streamers that are doing like all these like live streams of like TV shows that are coming out right now, like that could be a massive lawsuit. Like The RIAA already got in everyone's ass over the music stuff. I don't know whether it would be better or worse with the TV industry. Potentially worse. Always test on head for Capcom's preferred numbers? If you want to know the truth, just test on the head, yeah. You know, whereas like YouTube has spent a lot of time and money and research into content ID systems that will automatically, you know, generate ad revenue for the companies that are being infringed upon, or at least give them the ability to block and destroy the channels that upload it, if they care to. You know, it's 2022, and Twitch still can't give us, like, proper 1080p 60 streaming through the bitrate that they offer us, so I just don't know. Whereas YouTube is giving me 1440p, if not 4K. I mean, the big streamers doing, like, the TV streams absolutely don't have anything to worry about other than being personally sued. But even then, like, I don't think they'd be, you know. Who knows whether or not they'd actually get, like, seriously monetarily damaged. But it could ruin everything for a lot of other people, so. I mean, honestly, as far as copyright goes, like, I agree, like, it's definitely abused, but in the situation of, like, TV programs that have aired, like, within the last, like, year, and people watching it live on their stream, I mean, that's not... Unless you have a license for it, like, I kind of get it. Stop hitting me. Well, so far the only punishment streamers have gotten have been like a 3-day ban. So just take the weekend off and get your name in all the headlines. It's not really a punishment. Yeah, 3 days is a shockingly relevant command. Are weapon combos only shown while in the training room? Unless you count, like, the horn list for your hunting horn, yeah. No, I haven't been interrupted by any wyvern rides. Curious. I'm dead. No. Also, I don't have Feral Demon mode on here for whatever reason. And we would 100% be dealing a lot more damage with Feral Demon. I feel like that should have done a lot more damage. Yeah, and like the Magnum Molo is about to run away too. That's weird. YouTube quality looks really good. I know. It kills me. I would love it if Twitch looked this good. I mean, what Twitch has going for it is like the community and the emotes. YouTube destroys quality? Compared to Twitch? Final Fantasy game for night stream. Maybe when the Final Fantasy VI remaster comes out, we can stream that. It's my favorite Final Fantasy game. I can count the pixels. Are you on a good quality? Invariably, every time somebody says that, they're like, oops, I was at 360p in 1440p. I don't know. I tried Final Fantasy IX recently. Didn't like it. I'll take this. I mean, on mobile, it's not going to matter. Final Fantasy IX is too many random battles. I just never really got into it. I know it's good. It's arguably better than 7 and 8, but... But the Final Fantasy VII update that's PS5 exclusive, I think it's on PC now, isn't it? No. You didn't hear me say that? Look, if you played a lot of the older Final Fantasy games, and you got the 7 and 8, and then you played 9, 9 was a little refreshing. Yeah, I can't even run 1080p 60 on Twitch. I have to run at 864p, otherwise it gets anused. Now, let me get my spreadsheet out. It's spreadsheet time. Oh, we got a gem. Nice. Can I get the chat next to stream somehow? You never watch streams on YouTube. You gotta do, like, some weird stuff with, finagling things. Theater mode? We've got 4 gems. I can always downgrade it. That level 2 deco might help it. All right, and this is going to be a little preferred to this one because I have a good protective polish charm. The dual blades definitely look really good. Yeah, no, well, if I'm running at 1440p, I can't have, like, the peak, what is this? 30% affinity? It's a 35% affinity. Let me double check. %. I don't need to run any tenderizer. 30, then it goes to 35. Sure about that? Looks like 30% to me. Different for weapon? I don't know. I always thought it was 30%. No. Go away. Go away. Don't forget Feral Demon mode? I'm not going to forget, buddy. Don't you worry your head. You're going to see the spreadsheet. Obviously, your results may vary because you won't have the same charms that I have. I'll say attack 7 looks pretty sweet. $30 from a single hit. $25. And it goes up to 75%. At 70%. We're just going to call it 30%. Is what we're going to do. I think elemental sharpness at white is 1.125. Something like that. It's close enough. Now this gets its own little god talisman. Good for it. Show my true blurry visage. If I go out of screen like that, it might get a little blurry as it tries to autofocus and track me. 7. I think I need, like, the Hunter Greaves. Dendro Gaming, hello. So we're going to go 1 Expert. We want the last Bludgeoner. I think. Crit. Crit. Do we have 2 Tenderizer. Rest can be attack. Let me just make sure I did the math right on the Kushala Dual Blades for... Oh, did I not save it? Oops. My bad. Well, this is definitely updated. Okay, well, never mind. We got to go back. 1 point for Element with white. 1.12. What did I say? I put 1.125. This actually loses a little bit of stuff. Doesn't get all the way up to Ice 5. Shame. I don't know if there's anything else I could switch that would make it okay. Is Mind's Eye damage trigger on all gray damage number hit zones? Pretty much. I'm only able to get 5, which is 0.06 plus 8. This should be 100% crit, though. Not looking great for Kushala. 1.15. So we have 1.2, we've got 1.25, and we've got 1.15. We'll call it 1.2. Split the difference. I mean, I promise you the rounding will kill it either way. Test this again. Let's just make absolutely 100% positively sure, because I don't want to be wrong. Oh, no, we want Lagambi. $25, $55. All I'm going to say is Gelid Ice looks really good right now. That's all I'll say. No spoilers, but that's looking mighty spicy. I don't know. Maybe, I think I may have forgotten to update the element, so maybe that will help this pull ahead just like a little bit. The thing about the changes, I think it's fun. I think it's a lot more accessible for people. Yeah, I forgot to put it in, so things will be tweaked a little bit. Think stats to be broken if they never lasted shorter or took longer to build up after being procced on a monster? Yes. It would be broken. Alright. Crit element isn't worth picking up in Rise? Nope. Well, I'll say this. Assuming all of my math is correct, on a standard hit zone, they actually come out really similarly. Like, remarkably close. Let me show you. Hunting Horn isn't too simplified. There's still some really interesting combos you can do with it. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell did I do there? What is this? France? Maybe 150%. How about we try 125%? There we go. So we can do some what-if scenarios, and we can compare them. The big thing for the Kushala dual blades is they're going to benefit a little bit if you hit a non-weak spot, because you're not using weakness exploit. But then again, Blunt does have 1 point of Mind's Eye, and that might help switch it up a little bit. So, according to this, Ingot, or, whatever, Gelid Ice wins for both Sixfold Strike and Demon Dance. But that's assuming a standard hit zone, which is 60 raw, 20% elemental weakness. If it were, let's say it's the abdomen of Diablos, and it was 0.65, and Jesus Christ, 0.3, Kushala actually comes out ahead. By not a lot, but it does come out ahead. What if we looked at Apex Diablos? So 0.45 and 0.25. Kushala comes out slightly ahead there as well against the head. What about the abdomen, though? Because you end up hitting the abdomen a lot. 0.38 and 0.1. Jesus Christ, what happened? Interesting. What if you just went raw? Do you see the Narga Kuga dual blades on the left-hand side of the screen? Let's just say this is one. How much do your numbers depend on the efficiency of your charm? Every build you have will always depend a little bit on the efficiency of your charm. Narga Kuga dual blades is what I use as my control dual blades. Jason, hello. What about Apex Zenogre? Let's say, let me look up his charged forelegs. It depends on the knife. I don't know what you're talking about. Kushala dual blades surprisingly more viable than I thought they would be. Control dual blades? Control is like a scientific term. Like, what is like the standard? Oh, right. So, yes. When things are close, err towards the one that does more raw damage because your kunai will deal more damage. Forelegs are 50 and 15, and then 70 and then 15. Kushala comes out slightly ahead on the 50 and 17, but I bet 70 the blunt ice comes out ahead. Just barely. Yeah, I mean, Kushala actually pretty good. I'm really surprised. Is Kushala's special crit ramp-up skill better than boosting the element? If you've got a God Charm, I could see boosting the element would be better. Because you could just, like, use 2 points of weakness exploit and cover your affinity. For most people, they're going to be running that other one. Oh, I mean, it boosts the attack. I don't think there's any situation where boosting the attack is better than Kushala de Ursul. But, I mean, again, if you had, like, a complete God hacked-in charm, I guess you would boost attack. Can you compare TO duels next? I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to compare the TO duels because, like, how do I calculate blast? I mean, that would be 180 raw weapon with 48 ice. 24 ice. Kushala Soul gives you bonus affinity when you're hitting stuff. Why am I laughing? So you see how our affinity is at 40%? Now it's at 70%. Talon, we're testing the dual blades. Really surprising. What are some other examples of hit zones we could consider using? Use my gems? I could use them on other things other than that. So I would say this. As far as I can tell, Kushala will easily win against Diablos and Apex Diablos. Pretty handily. Against Rajang, that head takes a lot of ice. Yeah, there's no way. The only thing, and this is where everything gets really screwed up, is when we're looking at piercing bind. Let's just look at the actual damage on screen. Not using Demon Dance as much as Demon Flurry. Then you just look at the damage numbers that I had for Sixfold Strike. Oh, I missed it. $303. If it's 20% hit zone, Kushala is better? No, that's an oversimplification. It all, like, you have to look at it, at least the way I look at it, is you have to look at it as, like, a ratio. What is the ratio of element to raw? Like, it could be a 10% ice hit zone, but if it's a 20% raw hit zone, then ice is going to win, because it's like, it's a ton. The normal demon mode moves faster. So it's like 10% more damage on the piercing bind. I don't think it's significant. ratio like Twitter. I don't know. Sixfold should win on average for the Gelid, but not by much. Ninja Darkness, hello. Like 312. So Kushala should still be above 300. Although the starting combo will be weaker because of the way the Kushala soul ability works. Is this PC? Yeah. Just wait a little bit. Yeah, that was more. Let's see if we could wait. I don't know how long it lasts. Yeah, that hit 346. Woo! Which weapon is comfier? Well, Gelid's Soul is a lot easier to run without a good charm. Because you've got all that green sharpness. And you technically have 1 point of Mind's Eye, which if you end up hitting a bad hit zone, will help out a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. They're both surprisingly viable. If you hate Gelid's Soul, then you can use Kushala and you'll be doing at least as well, if not slightly behind. For me, I think I'd personally rather run Kushala because I get a point of evade extender. The difference though is like when you drop down to white sharp or blue sharpness, it's going to start smelling like ass. Let me show you the numbers for Kushala in blue. I would agree with the statement that Gelid is the best on average. If you have Protective Polish too, like if you've got a really good Protective Polish charm, then you can go ahead and use Kushala. If you don't mind sharpening every 90 seconds. It drops off really fast in blue. Like it's noticeably worse. You like Kushala so you can redeem no sharpen. I mean, that's a good charm. What I have right there is a good charm for sure. And the less piercing binds you find yourself doing, Kushala should come out ahead a little bit. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Gotta admit though, they look amazing. Really good looking weapons. Are Nargacuga dual blades the best for HR 70 to 40 grind? Well, you can make the Gelid Soul almost immediately. And you can see here, like, if you're fighting something weak to ice, Nargacuga would do 301 on its sixfold strike. Gelid Ice would do 344. You start playing Monster Rise, you just unlock the 6-star stuff. Do you think you should use a weapon other than the longsword? You should use whatever weapon you're having the most fun with. That being said, if you could only make one dual blades, it would be like Nargacuga or it would be Tigrex. Something like that. My charm is definitely stacked for this weapon. Gunlance is objectively the most fun. You know, when I play Gunlance in this game, I really feel as if I'm operating a Gunlance. Tigrex versus Narga? I mean, it's just weird to do the math on the piercing bind. Because, like, the Tigrex only really wins on piercing binds. Please compare the fire dual blades. Then I'd have to make the fire dual blades. I mean, I've done it before. Riku, hello. Do you want to see what my spreadsheet looked like? Oh my god. This is a man in, like, acute distress. I was doing a lot of testing out here. Dude, what the hell is that 791? I don't even know what to tell you. I've got a lot of stuff going on there. What if we add, so let's just add, just clip these few minutes. We have the 3.0 updated version. I respect my content more than just that. I would want to put the real work into it. So 10 raw and 3 fire. The constitution skills are best for dual blades. I don't run any. I think it still comes behind the white Acnosum. I think Rathalos is really... It's there if you get, like, a God Charm. Because you'd have to get it up to white. Has Safi been murdered? No. Why is there a 791? That was me testing Acnosum on the dummy's head and putting it in manually. You think Safi left? No way, really? No way. Thanks again for doing the math. I mean, I mean, it doesn't really conclude anything. I mean, it still depends on your talisman. Use whichever one you think looks better. I think Safi leaves this, like, Thursday. We were just doing some dual blade math. Here's a hidden technique you pissed off. You're the one that said pee in my mouth. Has this game really been out for 2 weeks? No way. No, this game hasn't even been out for 2 weeks. This game came out on the 12th. And Safi's up for 2 weeks. I'm actually really surprised. I'm really surprised that these are as good as they are. Oops. Trying to do the dodger, it didn't pop off. That's a lot of hit checks in a row. This stomach is like one of the rare 30% elemental hit zones in the game, by the way. Addicted to Diablos? How many have I fought this stream? Like, barely any. Well, yes, so the YouTube filtering is obviously not going to, like, broadcast somebody's message that calls you a piss goblin. Actually, I would say it would be worth using Elemental Exploit if you could reliably hit the stomach. Depending on the weapon type, of course. I didn't even know he was doing an attack there. I feel like this terrain has just been, like, awful to fight him in. I'll say this, though. It's amazing that, like, a 1.0 Dual Blades stacks up with a very end Elder Dragon upgrade. I mean, I'm kind of glad. I feel like Diablos is annoying to fight anywhere. I don't really mind him that much, but he can be kind of annoying. So one thing is, if you are using dual blades, you should make sure you've got a cat with Go Fight Win. That will make your experience much more pleasant. Going for it. What is going on? What is going on in this chat? Dwarfo, you're a bad influence. If I'm glad, please do aerial Gelid Tio runs. Tio takes more damage from water than ice. Although in theory, Gelid might beat. If you got really lucky and you got Blast Tio, I guess it might beat the Mitsu duels. That looks like really good damage. Does that not look like really good damage? Am I YouTube for a change? I just do YouTube streams. Normally they're at night for variety, but Rise just came out, so I feel like playing it. Twitch is where the big business is. YouTube's just for fun. You guys can't handle the Tio duel test. The only thing good about the Tio duels is because one dagger has such high element, it will get technically better scaling from, like, Ice Element 5. But it needs double the benefit because it costs, you get health. You think Critical Element would work with a Hunting Horn that has Elemental Boost song? Depends on the monster, man. Why? Short answer is no. There's no room. Say you had the same charm that I had, but instead of Evade Extender, it had 3 points of crit element. All right, cool. That could work. But like, there's no room for most builds because, like, before you put critical element, you want to max attack, and before you max attack, you want to max crit. And by the time you're done maxing crit, then a lot of times your weapon's got a skill that you'd like to have anyways that you don't have. Maybe crit element duels are the real meta. I mean, if you're fighting something that was really weak to ice and really weak to blast, like, arguably, maybe Diablos. We have Safi for 2 days. I know. I had this all calculated. We'll be fighting him on Thursday. Or Wednesday. Why gets the dual blades? Honestly, there's no reason to be. You get good ice damage and you get a decent amount of blast. They're probably fine against Diablos. David, hello. More like piercing whip. Look, it's well established the size of my kunai is not that big. Do they even get white sharpness? This is like 3 ice dual blades I've made. I don't even know what you put on it. I honestly don't. Like, do you put Tio Soul on for the occasional blast? I guess? Rara, it's... I think it's literally as a combo with your A ability. It's supposed to combo with Demon Flurry Rush to give Demon Flurry Rush like more of a meaning. Blast boost to get more out of crit element. It doesn't even get... Maybe it's a good thing that it doesn't get white, because now you don't have to build for white. You can just build for everything else. I think you just do attack boost. Let's see how many blasts we get off against the training dummy. There's one. I'm not making a crit element set. There's no good crit element pieces yet. I'm not using that belt. I'm not using the belt or the helm. But it's fine. This chest piece is actually... It's, but like, I'd go over in the crit eye. You missed World in 4 years, so go play them. They're still good games. They're not, I mean, people are still playing them, like, right now, like, literally right now. I don't even know if that needs, like... I don't know if that needs protective polish. That looks like that should, like, hold. Risers. Crit boost. Push attack. It's there. The jelly chest piece. Oh, for the blast attack? It's actually okay value. I mean, the upsetting thing is it, like, actually, like, I could fit it. The lances favor raw or element. You could build them either way. I find that they work pretty well with element, but I haven't really done the same spreadsheets with them as I have with other weapon types. But definitely, like if you're on the fence about it, make the Actisom lance and try it against Camellios versus your normal lance and tell me what you think. The upsetting thing is this might actually be faster because the blast will go off because they've got reduced health. Does Rise have the negative element modifier for Lance from World? No. Does not. Ibushi Lance is really good too. Nobody said crit element was good here. I think Diablos takes extra blast damage. Man, you could really tell when I hit with the ice dual blade as opposed to the blast dual blade. Like, you can tell immediately. Maybe I do need, like, protective polish. I don't know. Get a lot of those blasts off. I didn't think that would hit me. Woo! Don't want to sandbag it. Maybe this is crit element's only purpose in the game? I think you're giving crit element way too much credit. I mean, those blasts popping off at 200 a pop is definitely something. Yeah, Almadron dual blades kind of suffer from the raw. I mean, the element is really good. If there were better elemental exploit targets for water in the game, they would actually be really good. Unfortunately, the snout for Anjanath can kind of get in the way a lot of times. I think that was more damage than a kunai. The Gostarog dual axes have 2 level 2 slots. That's pretty helpful. I don't know what you're talking about. Does a negative crit reduce your elemental damage? It does not. Other than if you're using crit element. Crit element doesn't do anything good for status like blast or poison. Are you wrong? They got rid of crit status and they unified it with crit element in this game. Status is an element, according to crit status. I promise you, crit element with the TO Ice Dual Blades is absolutely forbidden technique. Crit status is now in the crit element, yeah. This one seems a little bit tougher than the other one. Multiple hits there? I thought I was going to be cool and be able to go right through it. Oh. The Arzuros dual blades. They look really good. They're definitely, like, fancy-looking weapons. But I don't think they have any element, unfortunately, so they're gonna fall a little bit behind. I don't know how high their raw gets. How big of a number would a pure elemental weapon need to be for you to choose crit element over running Narga? I don't think there are many matchups outside of Narwa where you don't go element on dual blades. I mean, the Raw's not bad. They get a attack boost 3. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, they'd be comfy. What if we're talking a longsword? I mean, it's same. Well, okay. Opposite, probably. Are the Arzuros dual blades any good? Do they get white? I mean, they don't get white like immediately out of the running. Ibushi dual blades make like some sense. Nope. Doesn't seem worth it. Because of the Ibushi dual blades, you can run. I mean, you get your attack 7. You'd run Dragon Boost 4. You don't have to worry about sharpness at all. They'd be okay. But if you're fighting Rathalos or Rathian, I think you want to go Valstrax. Well, if you're fighting Rathian, you want to use Valstrax. I could see maybe Ibushi being good on Rathalos because he takes a lot more raw damage than he takes element. Watching while at lunch break? What's happening? We're just talking about dual blades. And I made a dual element status crit set. What the hell did I have? Rathalos? this, right? I may as well save it. No. No, no, there's nothing that can save those. The Kazudo points. No, no, no. Do you recommend the ground dual blades, or is it in preference in Rise? Oh. Are you talking about using this move? Tell me if this is the move you're talking about. Nice, we're getting hard with the... This? Versus all aerial stuff? I just find it to be a very boring playstyle. Because of the iframes that it gives you. Like, you're safe going up. You might be like, wow, that's really powerful. And, like, it is really powerful. I'm just of the opinion it's too powerful. Is Elemental Hammer a thing? No. So I don't run aerial because it's just, it's too much power for me. Did you see the jumpy style in speedruns? I mean, I'm an entertainer, so... Even if it's slightly less effective, I'm going to play in a way that is more entertaining to watch visually. That's the way I look at it. I'm not going to play that way because it's better, that's for sure. Like, oh, I can get more damage out. Like, I don't care. Egg is an element. I asked you guys, stop being a hipster. Aerial is fun. No, it's not. I mean, if you like that, fine, but it's not. It's not fun. It's fast. You made the Valstrax hammer. Does it have 180 raw? Okay. It's got a level 2 slot. That's cool. You can get Wirebug Whisperer 3 and attack 7 pretty easily with that. I think it probably works out pretty well. What's the Luxord loadout? That's a longsword set with great luck on it. Good luck, level 3. Do an run with what? I mean, a level 2 slot can be a big difference. I mean, that could be a lot more points of attack. That could be almost 10 points of attack on something. The Valstrax hammer. In God's name, when I make the Valstrax hammer. Have a good night, Felix. I just can't. I can't. Why am I laughing? I mean, I might get an extra 30 damage on the sack. Well, Luxord, I get it. I mean, Hammer's got a lot of great weapons, and I'm not using any of them. I don't want to do it. I don't do it because then I gotta... Then I'd have to put, like, attack boost 3 on just for, like, one hammer that I'm never going to use against Narwa. It's not bad. I mean, all that white sharpness means you can run a lot of things that aren't protective polish. There's so many other things I'd rather use that red dragon orb on. Is Nargacuga better than Tigrex Hammer? Nargacuga Hammer, you can do stuff like run KO. But Tigrex Hammer, with a little bit of help, will deal more damage on the Impact Crater. And that's where, like, most of your damage is. You drag the Silkbind boost. Rampage Hammer's probably okay. Just farm more Valstrax. I would just rather have, like, I don't know. What does the Valstrax Gunlance look like? I'd rather have this. You can use the hammer with the set. I don't want to. The Gauss Hammer is perfectly fine. No, you wouldn't. It's so cope. I have a water thing. What is even weak to water in this game other than Teostra? It's the worst. Anjanath. I'm gonna go fight an Anjanath. I don't know why. Oh, Toby's kind of weak. We'll fight a Toby. It's been like a million years since I fought a Toby. You're weak to water? Are you resistant to showering or anything? Do you melt? Is Toby in this rank? Wow. It's been a while since I fought an Acnasom. It's been a while since I fought a Toby, too. I mean, presumably we'll get a Glavenus in Sunbreak, so... When did this come out in PC? You've been so into NFT the last 5 months, haven't games at all? And so what, now that you're broke, you're back to play video games? This came out like 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago. Always gets me. Oh my god. You little bully. NFT let you quit your job? Well, I'm glad. Hopefully you have enough money to... Hopefully you've gotten out of it by now. I wouldn't hold on to any speculative value. Toby's great. Why did I do that? I mean, if you got your bag, you know, say you made a, you know, I don't even know, couple 100,000? God knows there were NFT people that were making that much money by scamming other NFT people. Still riding, making profit? Well, alright. Well, happy for you. Good luck. Stop hitting. He's so hard. What is de-risking? I sold my JPEGs? I don't even know what that means in the context of NFTs. Did you buy NFTs? And then you try to sell them? Lucid Narga and Sunbreak? With any luck. Dude, he's a tough fight, actually. I honestly couldn't tell you how many times I've even fought Toby in this character. Get off my face! I'm running on the wall. Get off the wall. This is just the worst. I mean, I'm getting okay worm stakes periodically. Those pokes look like they do good damage. But he just, like, can turn around on you so fast. Most people are still going to lose, though? I mean, yes. That is exactly what will happen, is most people will lose money. Like any good pyramid scheme, I mean, the people at the beginning will probably make some money, and the vast majority of people will lose. Like, that's not even an attack, Toby. Can your Waiba guard change direction? I don't know how quickly you can change direction on that one. I'll take that. It's the same as stock market, just crypto. It is not the same. The difference is when you're in the stock market, you own a share of an actual company that actually exists and has real assets that constitute that company, that has like a business model and a way of generating profit. NFTs are JPEGs that are essentially valueless and exist purely as a tradable commodity. The only thing that's the same between NFTs and the stock market is that you can buy and sell stocks. You can buy and sell NFTs. The stock market seems pretty imaginary. I mean, it can get inflated to hell and is very commonly not rational. There's a lot of issues with the stock market. Like, I'm not like super defending the stock market, but like, you know, there's like regulations. You got to do reporting. You can get a lot of trouble if you don't. You can be, you know, go to jail or pay fines. I haven't looked a lot of NFTs then. It's not even a JPEG. It's a virtual token. It's cool. It's a token of a JPEG. You don't even really own the JPEG. That's the best part about it. You'd rather defend the stock market than NFTs? I mean, some people get invested in the stock market and then it goes down and they get scared and they pull their money out and they lose money. But for the most part, if you just left your money in, and sometimes it takes a while, it does come back. NFTs though, man, and crypto, woo! It's getting shut down left and right. And at the end of the day, there's going to be some guy holding on to a monkey JPEG and be like, why do I own this? What is it going to do for me? Why doesn't anybody want my monkey JPEG? But, I mean, whatever. Like, just lol. It's all. Just lol. This is the worst part of this game. Do I need this? Not really, but we'll keep it. That's why there's no de-risking. The entire concept of it as an investment is ridiculous. Look, if you haven't put any money in yourself and you're just like riding off of somebody else, having made a token yourself, or it's just scamming other people. Like it's telling when everybody says you haven't really been in NFTs long enough until you've been scammed by somebody selling NFTs. You got here in time for the NFT. We got somebody in chat trying to be like, I retired off of NFTs. My life is complete. You made 2,000 today? Did you really make 2,000? Or was it just somebody gave you 2,000 for a token of an arbitrary thing? I don't know. Like, who are you? Do you even know what Monster Hunter is? Like, why are you here? Yeah, no, I mean, hey, if you're taking the money, all right, here's all I'm going to say is if you really thought NFTs were going to be valuable forever, you wouldn't be converting it into cash. You'd be holding forever, you know? But because you're selling it, then that means it must not be that valuable. What if Ryoza pulls NFTs in Sunbreak? I would crap my pants. It's your favorite game series? Okay, well I guess that's something. You're gonna hold some forever, still need cash to eat. I mean, all right. I hope it was enough to retire on for quite some time. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, there's always gonna be some value in cryptocurrency for like crimes and money laundering, which I guess is still a crime. There will always be a inherent value in it for that. Outside of it, man, I don't know. Like, what rational person's gonna be like, I'm gonna take all my money and put it into monkey JPEGs? Or I need something to retire on. I know, rather than investing in Microsoft stock, I will invest in monkey JPEGs. I'm not saying there's not money to be made there potentially in the short term. I'm just saying, like, you got to have something else lined up afterwards, because, like, unless you have enough to retire on, I mean, that's not going to be enough. This is Rampage Switch X. I make it look like the barrel Switch X to confuse people. Didn't crypto have a huge plummet today, like 10%? I mean, the stock market is going down, but even that is, like, mixed. But now people are like, God damn it, I gotta pull my assets out of this goddamn NFT garbage that my nephew made me buy over Thanksgiving. Because all my other assets are hemorrhaging themselves. Don't ask me, though. I'm just the guy with, like, 4 living rooms and, like, 7 couches. Bougie? Can't prove a goddamn thing. Madron's here. For deco farming or charm farming? I think deco farming in World is more interesting than charm farming in Rise. The method of actually mechanically grabbing your charms is very annoying. I wonder if I can get this off in time. Probably not. I've already said I will show my balls on stream if they do not add charms as quest rewards in Sunbreak. Why do I have 7 couches? I don't want to get into it, man, okay? I've got a lot of living rooms, and all the living rooms gotta have furniture in it. I've got like four living rooms, basically. Oh, right. Eat my own ass. That's right. Dude, because the ironing board works. I have never sat on some of the couches that I own Chaos. This is Paraphile. Literally never sat. Literally never sat on some of those couches. I've got a recliner I sit in sometimes. I don't know what you want me to say. I just haven't. I have no reason to sit in that room. No, I haven't. I've never sat on them. Couldn't you make them something other than living rooms? What would I make them into? Those are the couches of the floors. I don't sit on those ones. You make Jen eat beans, but you'll buy all the couches you don't sit in? I don't know what you want from me. I have... It's not a hentai room. It's a room for watching anime in. I feel like every time we get into this conversation, things somehow get worse for me. And frankly, it's concerning. I already have a workout room. I already have one. It's really nice, too. It's got a weight set. It's got a power cage. It's got a treadmill. It's got like a little, like a yoga space. When's the last time I farted in that room? I haven't gone in there recently. I do have shelves of beans. Free a lightning apple. That's great. I'm not going to tell you where I store my beans. It's an awful idea. I want to do another SOS. And I'll have you know, I've never bought one NFT or one crypto. The only thing I've ever done crypto affiliated was like over a year ago. I did a sponsorship for Blanco's Block Party. And Blanco's Block Party had skins for your Blancos, which apparently could be traded based off of their whatever blockchain. I apologize for that. I do apologize for that. You're right. I am Blanco's butt boy. I'm not gonna argue that. I earned that. Jen said, if I have to go to work, you have to play the game. That is literally 100% a direct quote from Jen. She said, I don't care if you don't like the game. If I'm going in, you got to play the game. Because I was telling her, like, I don't want to play this game. She's like, you got to play it. You might say right now, I'm throwing her under the bus. 100% hell yes, I did. And will. And it was great because, like, Supercell came in as I was playing it. And it's like, man, Shepard, it looks like you're really not enjoying that game. Why don't you just stop playing it? He was right. I was not enjoying that game. I didn't even bother carving it. I mean, there's not like a Kezu. The only thing that comes even remotely close to being usable in Kezu is, I think, the insect lave. But then it gets beaten by everything else that's lightning. That's kind of fun. There should be more gust crabs, like, all over the place. That's weird. I wonder if they already rode the Rathalos. Maybe sell one of the couches and supporting that game. This was a long time ago. This is before NFTs were, like, everywhere and very annoying. how, you're allowed to bring your buddies into multiplayer now. So that means there's eight people in the hunting party. Think it hurts Gust Crabs to use them? I don't think so. Oh, why would it? I see like a dog or something like tweaking out. I don't know what's going on over there. Why is he still exploding? What is that? Is it the dog? That's really annoying. Oh, it's stickies. It's like, God, what is that annoying noise? That's a lot of shinies. Why is it going down there? Team, please. What a wild quest. I didn't end that with very little health. Carried? Well, carried by the sticky would actually be okay there. Never sure when to fit in crit eye over attack boost. As soon as you get attack 4, start making sure you get up to 100% affinity with full crit boost, and then you start putting more points into your attack. The only exceptions for that is like Switch Axe, maybe, Charge Blade, maybe, and Hunting Horn, maybe. They want me to stay? Well, that's too bad. Give me that Maculite. Just eating cans of beans. No. Skipped over 69 likes. What a shame. Well, no more likes. I'm going to exercise a little bit more. We got a Discord. Where the hell's the link to that? I should probably get a custom link for that, huh? How do I do that? There you go. Join it if you're not in it. If you're somehow here in the YouTube, but you're not in the Discord, join that. All right. Stream on Twitch tomorrow. Twitch.tv/SD